relax and take notes while I take totes. Relax and take notes while I take totes of the marijuana smoke. Relax and take notes while I take totes. Relax and take notes while I take totes of the marijuana smoke.
Welcome everybody to another episode of Two Cigars and a Blunt. I am your substitute teacher, Tim Dog, who's still in B-More.
This is Pharaoh King that's coming in second after the substitute teacher tonight.
Conspiracy brother, super villain, your mama's favorite, your grandmama's favorite, your auntie's favorite, fucking my favorite, the universe favorite, everybody's fucking favorite, especially myself. I love myself.
Oh, Lord.
You said that already.
Your girlfriend and boyfriend.
Say it again.
Oh Lord. Hey,
they're probably my favorite too. Or they favorite.
Yeah,
what the fuck?
Oh Lord. As you can see, ladies and gentlemen, we have a special guest today, Mr. Guppy Goins.
It's your boy Guppy G, New Orleans finest. You heard me?
Oh, that's what I'm talking about.
I'm doing good, man.
Second finest.
Whatever. like we always do when we start our podcast. So we always like to see how everyone's day is going. So starting with our guest of honor, Mr. Guppy G. How was your day?
Oh, must be that Indiana internet.
Ooh, Well, while
you ain't got no power out there.
That's right, huh?
While we having technical difficulties, hopefully G will be back up in here. So Pharaoh, how was your day today?
I would like to first of all, whoever's watching us tonight, thank y'all for tuning in. But I would like to thank one of the soldiers. She wanted me to pin her new rank today. She went for PFC to specialist. So I was honored to do that. Most of us old folks has never asked to do anything like that, as people grow up through the ranks and stuff like that. So, her future's bright. As long as she keep her head on straight, you know how it was when we was in. It's just the military is a lot more, a lot harder to navigate from what I've been seeing, especially with all the new rules and regulations for fucking keg theft. You know what I'm saying? No. So with that being said, congratulations to her, her newfound paycheck, and keep it up.
That's what I'm talking about. Hey, G, you good now? You paid your cable bill?
I'm good now, man. It's the cornfields, bro. It's fucking cornfields.
Hey, man, I agree to that.
Tell us how your day was. We on that slow delay reaction.
Gotta get the long go.
And while we waiting on
he definitely that shit is slow motion. He on that juvenile shit tonight.
That what they call is screwed up. Super villain.
Man, still on dial up. Man, leave him alone,
man. Just slim tonight.
Super villain, how was your day?
Look, man, it's Friday. I ain't got no job. I ain't got shit to do. It's a beautiful day.
Nigga, you got a job. It just ain't paying you.
Being me, I don't need to get paid for being me. I should.
No, fool. Being a dad, man. Wake up.
Man, you gotta forgive him. He's on that other level right now,
Now he forgot about the dad job.
It's gonna be a part-time job. The more they start owning up to their own responsibilities, the less to do. So it's part-time now.
Oh,
because they ain't be in school most of the day, so it ain't like they home no more like they used to be.
I'm telling you,
boy. It's a lot easier now.
Y'all have to start school.
Them days is fun, boy.
Man, they started school like shit. The second week in August, they were back in school. They pushing that shit up further and further to July. They trying to go year round on the sleep.
No, you do know the country is pushing for year-round school, so because they doing that here.
Sometimes them niggas eat all fucking day.
But look at that daddy.
Well, guess what? But guess what? When they get to be teenagers, they go eat all fucking night.
But at that point, I can send their ass to go get a fucking job or something. You about to pay your cut.
It don't matter. They still gonna eat. So shit. Keep crying.
Let's
You
keep
shouldn't
this
have no
going.
kids. Keep crying. Hey, look, hey, Tim Dog, cry us a river. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, nigga, y'all had a lot cheaper than I got it.
Been there, done that.
Hey, it was still expensive then. I was only E3 and E4. Shit.
But it's a lot more expensive now. Shit. A lot more.
No. Ain't nobody tell you.
The only thing that ain't going up that's been stayed the same price is my rice mill. That shit stayed $3.47, but every fucking thing else is going up. I be looking like, fuck.
Hey man, you know what? I'm glad you said that. I went to go get a bag of ice, and I saw the price of the bag of ice. I said, "Is the ice imported too?" Because I know damn well this shit's in the back. Y'all just bagging the shit up in the back.
Say, bro, and I'll tell you what, I got a homeboy. He got a couple of ice machines. He said that's probably one of the best business you can have, because the only thing he got to do is get a couple of pallets of the plastic bags, and have the people go clean out the machine every couple of months. And other than that, he ain't got to do shit but collect a check. But now he got a mobile ice machine, so he got the trailer where you bag up the ice and he just drive around to like different events and have ice and shit there, so people come straight to him. So I'm like, shit. I gotta try and get that. That's a great hustle.
Yeah,
He said he spent about a couple of $100 on a couple of pallets of the plastic bags. That's his overhead.
I tell you
Besides
what,
getting people to clean it out.
I tell you what, if he was smart, he'd take that shit up there to to Gary, Indiana right now, where they need that shit.
Let's keep this going. My day,
his ass might be up there. Don't bullshit.
Bro, you're wrong for that shit. But anyway, hey, my day, believe it or not, I couldn't sleep last night, so I was up to like 5 in the morning, and about 5:30, 6 o'clock, I fell asleep. Man, my mom said she came to check up on me, and I didn't get up to 2 o'clock. So my day
is barely any different from any other day. So you slept an extra 2 hours.
Yeah, I slept there for 2 hours. But other than that, hey, man on the street, he had to take a sabbatical today, and he left us a little format that we're going to try and follow today. And as everyone know, we talked about it briefly on Wednesday, Stephen A. Smith and his new award that, apparently he's the only one that really deserves it.
Stephen A. Smith, sports analyst and political commentator. Smith has established a recurring public pattern of disparaging commentary directed at prominent black women across politics, sports, and media. Such commentary reinforces harmful narratives, undermines the fair and respectful representation of black women in public discourse, and stands in direct conflict with NABJ's long-standing commitment to accurate, responsible, and inclusive portrayals of black communities.
And he forgot to put it in there, and he loves it. Man on the street. Pharaoh, let me ask you a question. What do you think really led Stephen A. Smith to receiving this thumbs down award?
Oh man, that's a loaded question, man. Let's look at it. Let's take it from the time, like we said, like on Wednesday night when we was discussing it on the sports show, because it's more so sports related than it is personal, whatever the case is. AI had called him out on his BS. So he had to go back and basically apologize. Then you have T.O. calling Max Kellerman blacker than he is, and because he's on the street and he's seeing it. And then of course he took offense to that. But I believe when Stephen A. got that money and talk about running for office, it deterred him for what he truly is supposed to be here for, which is to, comment strictly about sports. When you start getting delving into the political aspect of things or whatever stuff is, I'm not saying that we have to 1000% always stick up for the black people, because we have our faults. But at the same time, you don't go after the people that's trying to change the narrative or the system that's trying to oppress us as a people, as a community. And it seemed like you said, in that piece, he's attacking a couple of black women when he's actually doing the same thing, especially what he accused Jasmine Crockett for, which I say so eloquently. She speaks to make sure that those people that she's talking about understand where she's coming from, because at sometimes you got to put it in layman's terms. You can't be always um better than them, because like they can talk to us any kind of way. Why can't we also give them that same energy? You give me negative energy, I'm gonna give you negative energy.
Yeah.
So and Stephen A does the
Go ahead.
same thing when he overtalks everybody. If you ever on his show, we see the show. That's why I can't stand him, because he overtalks everybody. So with that being said, the money and him delving into politics has caused him some issues. I'll give you one thing before I quit. Right after all that thumbs down business, and he want to get on his show and everything and try to defend himself, he goes on Sean Hannity's show on Fox.
Yeah.
Of all the right wing people that you want to fucking we talking about, you go there to explain yourself to a white man. Fuck, he got to do with anything we talking about. It was the black people that gave you the thumbs down.
Stephen A say, hey, y'all gonna give me thumbs down? I'm gonna go let somebody know how I really feel about the thumb down. I'm gonna go to the other side.
Yeah,
But
so there you go. So you done already jumped the other side of the fence that you've been riding on.
in other words, proving the reason why they gave him the award.
There it is.
There you go, man. Super villain. What do you think? Do you really think? What do you think led Stephen A to receiving this thumb down award? And trust me, I know Stephen A probably saying, "Yeah, I got an award finally," but it's not the award that you really want to get.
I'm appalled by the situation.
whoa.
Hey, let me finish. Because this is black people. We listen to music all these years with rappers calling women bitches and hoes. And I don't think he's ever called any woman out of their name. He spoke his opinion, but I don't think he's ever called any of these women out of their name. So for him to get an award for speaking his mind, which he's entitled to me, that's outlandish. When we all guilty of listening to the music where let me finish. Where rappers call women bitches and hoes, and they get awards for their music creativity.
Yeah, but super villain.
Again, has he called anyone? Has he called any? I'm still on mine. You trying?
No, understand? No. I just want to.
But has he ever called? You cutting in on me, Tim? How you gonna tell? You cutting in on me though?
I'm the host of the show, and I want to add. I want to add something to what you
that
saying.
Don't matter.
I'm
still talking. I'm still talking.
All I'm asking, I'm asking you something about your statement.
No, let me finish, and you can ask.
No. Oh my God, go on, girl.
Again, has he called any of them out of his name, out of their names? Has he said anything disrespectful besides his own personal take on these women? Has he said anything? Has he called them any villains, hoes?
No.
Did he do that?
No. And super villain. I don't think he's getting the award because he's not calling women bitches and hoes and all that. He's getting the award because he's not equal or the same in his commentary when it comes to white athletes and black athletes, especially black females. Now, he makes his opinion on the white ones too, but the reason why he got it is because his opinions aren't equal in the value as far as the way he treat white athletes as opposed to black athletes. That's what I'm trying to say. But I do know what you're saying. He doesn't do that. But that's not why he received the award, though.
But that's what they're making the basis of his claim on, is that he's disparaging black women. When again, he's able to speak his free mind if he don't like the way somebody doing something. That's the right that we have in this country. And for him to get an award for speaking his mind because people don't like what he had to say, to me, it's a crock of bullshit. To me. Because like I said, we've supported rappers for all these years, calling women bitches and hoes and all these other things. But soon as somebody's speaking their mind, because he don't like the way somebody's presenting themselves, even though he ain't being disrespectful towards them, he just stating his opinion on them. To me, that's kind of fucked up. And what other awards people give out thumbs down awards or negative awards?
But super
is this the first time they gave out this award before?
Hold on, super villain.
Who got the award last year?
I don't know, and
It-
that's
it
not the
wasn't,
relevant point right now.
they
We
didn't have
talking
one
about
last
the man
year.
who deserves it.
They
now.
didn't have one last year.
But hold on,
Now, you
hold on.
see how,
Hey,
all
hey,
this is starting to,
hey,
and you say
supervillain,
he's
hold
running
on,
for
hold on.
political office. So,
Supervillain,
No,
hold on,
no.
hold
He's
on. That
not
leads
running
to
for
stop.
political
Hey,
office,
this leads to my next
I mean,
question. Hold on.
supervillain.
This leads to my next question, supervillain. Since you said that, do you think that the criticism of Stephen A. was fair, or was it taken too far?
you already know my stance on it. I
Hey,
already answered that question. I think it's too far, especially when they ain't never had this award before. But now all of a sudden, boom.
No,
y'all got
no. They have had the award, supervillain.
I'm
Mhm.
talking about that specific award, the thumbs
No,
down.
they have. They have.
No. That
They have.
would have been out.
I'm about to read it to you. I'm about to read it to y'all, okay?
Okay,
So-
I
so
didn't.
we
I
can
don't
get
keep
more
up
of
with it,
a,
so I don't know.
Yeah, so this is okay. So for Stephen A. Smith, they say Smith has established a recurring public pattern of disparaging commentary directed at prominent Black women across politics, sports, and media.
Yeah.
Such commentary reinforces harmful narratives, undermines the fair and respectful representation of Black women in public discourse. This and stands in direct conflict of the NABJ's longstanding commitment to accurate, responsible, and inclusive portrayals of Black communities. There's a little bit more of that. But with Stephen A. Smith, 4 other people have gotten the thumbs down. So this is the most that they've given out in 1 year. So Brendan Carr, who's the FCC commissioner, mind you, there's 3 on the seat. He received it. CBS as a whole has received it. Juwan McCoy, he's the president and CEO of Circle City Broadcasting and one of the few Black owners of local television stations. Also, some of what Stephen A. has done, this man is doing within his whole broadcasting business. And then the Washington Post has also received the award. So that's the most that they have given out in 1 year. So Stephen A. just happens to be one of 5 that they looked at that said that they're unworthy of being supported due to the environment that the United States is in with the Voters Act and all that other stuff is going on. So it's
Now,
not necessarily about,
journalists
you
as
know,
well.
like what how you saying supervillain. I get what you're saying because we always have looked at that with, you know, music and things like that because you already know they have put it out there to where that can be accepted in conscious music was always looked down upon. So, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So you understand that, supervillain. What you saying is true. He doesn't do all of that, but that's not the reason why people look at him because he's, you know, courteous and considerate as far as his language. It's his opinion, and then all of a sudden
I
he
just
go
read
to.
it, Tim.
I'm sorry. What's that?
I just read it.
I know that I'm trying to tell supervillain that is
No, he
why.
heard it. He heard it.
Fair. That is why I was telling you that, you know, it's not just about that, but that also means, hey, I'm the host of this mofo. Y'all better respect the game. Respect the
Give you
game.
right to
Hey,
do what you
Farrell,
want.
how do you think Stephen A. should have responded to the award, though?
I don't want to get into an opinion base because I can't be him and understand what he's going to say. Anybody that's going to, you know, you get attacked, you're also going to have a defense of why you do what you do. You're not going to receive or accept an award and be like, oh, okay, you know, my bad, or apologize. You're going to defend yourself from the actions that you've been going on. So it's like you're the host of the show. You're going to defend yourself, right? So I'm not going to get on the opinions of how or what he think he should have did. He's doing what he needs to do to defend himself, and whatever the outcome is the outcome. It's us. Do we accept it or not? That's what the question should be. Are we going to accept what his reply is going to be or his actions? And like I said before, we already saw that he went on a right-wing show with a right-wing supporter to defend himself to people that will accept him for what he's done because they want Black people to talk about each other. So it is what it is.
Yeah, what you're saying that, and them they want Black people to talk about each other, then they give award for Black people to talk about each other, for Black people to downgrade each other. So to me, it's it falls into that same bucket. We're gonna give an award for.
It's almost
say,
like
to
it's
me,
damned if you do it, damned if you
Damn
don't.
if you don't, right? And then it becomes a moral aspect thing. How do you really?
So just don't have.
And that's it. I mean, me personally, how do I think Stephen A. should respond? I mean, the way that he did. I would feel hurt. Any of us would probably feel hurt if we were in his position.
Well,
But
I mean, you got to understand, he's hosted shows for them,
yeah,
right?
and I
So he's
get it.
incorporated himself in the community. So
Not
that's
just in
like,
the
your
community.
best friend calling you, whatever,
Yeah, and it's not just the
after you helped
community.
him out.
It's not just the community, and not just the sports thing that also gives him a bad rep, but him trying to dabble into the politics, something other than the sports, and people are like, man, won't you just stick to one thing? And with his comments about Jasmine Crockett and Angel Reese, and then he won't talk about certain people because that's my friend, if you know what I'm saying. You can't have it both ways. So to me, that's why they gave him the award. To me, it's like, hey, you're gonna sit here and talk about them. You need to talk about them the same way, but you don't. That's just my opinion.
Well, I mean, that was part of his reply was if he talked about them or whatever the case is,
Mhm.
he would have been accepted if he would have talked about the other people. I don't think you need to talk about anybody. How about that? Let's not talk about or put your opinions of politics in a realm or delve in a realm that we're not knowing you for, and you're trying to change the narrative of what you have brought to light. Because you're
But
the
but
standard. We're gonna look at
but
you
but,
at a certain way. But if you
but
want to
you
get
can't
into that
say that
realm,
though.
huh?
What do you
I
mean,
said you
Superville?
can't say that because we talk about things that we're not truly a part of. Like right now, we're not a part of sports nor
No,
politics, but we talk about it. So again, to me, it to
that's
me,
not what I'm
it's
saying,
like I said,
Supervillain.
it's you're damned if you do. Yeah,
But
because
no, that's what I'm saying.
he talks about sports, he's into politics, so
No,
that's
that's
just
not
like
what I'm
us. We
saying.
talk about sports, entertainment, and we're not in any of those fields
No,
to
supervillain.
to
But the thing
understand.
is,
No,
we're
we'll,
watching ESPN. That's a sports
we'll be there
network.
Wednesday,
We're
Pharaoh.
not watching a news network
There you
where
go.
that type of rhetoric is being done. Like this show right here, we're talking about our whole premise is just current events. We're all over the place.
Entertain.
Then when it comes to what we want him to do, like Stuart Scott, he just talked about sports and the athletes and got got the inside knowledge and stuff of that nature. Those are the things that us sports people want. Now, if you want to go that route, announce it, but don't do it on the sports show. Do it
Yeah.
on your platform or get another platform that puts you in that light. So then we can look at you in a different fashion. But if you do it on a sports network, to me, it's unfair because you're attacking people that are actually doing their job. And you have went outside of your job to attack them. That's the only problem I have with it.
Yeah.
That's
And
like somebody coming into you saying that you're a dental lab tech, but then they say, well, why are you not over here assisting? Like, bitch, I'm not an assistant. I'm a dental lab tech. Because I'm
and,
above that bitch. You see what I'm saying?
and on
So
Wednesday,
I
we
still
talked
don't.
about no,
no, I
but
get what you're saying, but let's separate the
the
two.
same
Don't
format that
combine it.
Pharaoh.
Separate it.
Yeah. And see, that's what we talked about on Wednesday. What Pharaoh's talking about. How the format of the show changed from talking about the sport and talking about the plays to talking about the athlete and talking about what the athletes should or shouldn't be doing, if that makes any sense. And
But
like
that's
he
his
said,
job.
no, but the job is to talk about the sport. Your job isn't to
The
talk
players
about
play the sport, so
hold on,
if
super
they're
villain.
not going to talk about the players,
Villain. The job is to talk about the sports, the play of the day, whatever is going on with that player in that sport. Your job isn't to go in there and scrutinize the players' kids and their wife and where they live. That has nothing to do with the sport at all.
Like what he did with
like I
LeBron.
said, y'all ain't gonna
Thank
change my
No,
aspect
we're
on.
not trying to. We're not trying to at all. I mean, we understand what you're saying, and it's true. You can't have it both ways. And it's in a way in Stephen A. Smith case, you damned if you do, you damned if you don't. Like Farrell said earlier, he got money. He got two big contracts from ESPN. Now the first one was really his first $1 million contract, and then the second one was like 21, 22, something like that. He just got another one. So
Yeah,
his
but he's
head,
at $100-something million right now.
yeah. Uh, think about it. If you're making that much money and you're not used to it, and you're ambitious where you want to be on top, regardless of how you get there, that's going to change you. That's really going to change.
Like I said, Supervillain, I fully understand what you're saying. It's just that I don't want to hear on my sports show that this person went out and joined a Klan rally or something of that nature, because I really don't give a fuck what they do in their personal life. Has nothing to do with me. I'm here to watch sports. And
but that's like saying you don't want to hear about what the shit that happened with Ray Rice when he beat up his old lady, and then that was all over ESPN.
But that was because when you got the media.
But see,
the media did that.
He's part of the media. Again, he's part of the media. So you can't say that if an athlete does something outside of their sport that they shouldn't talk about. That's their job, is to talk about the sports, the athletes that play the sports, and then if the athlete does something outside the lines, then they talk about that. So to me, it's part of his job is to talk about every aspect of these people who play these sports. Now, when he bring the political people into the conversation to sports, then yeah, I get that part. Don't bring the political people. Go take that.
Okay.
If you were doing an interview and somebody asked you about it, then yes. But as far as when you talk about the sports as a whole, you talk about the players, the coaches, the owners, all that is fair game.
Okay.
So when he gives his personal view on an athlete, just like the shit with him and LeBron James, yeah, they could have said he's down. He's what the word?
He's
devaluing or whatever black men. So to me, it's a hard. To me, I think it's more of a personal thing than an actual something that he truly deserves. I think it's more personal than you really deserve this because you disparaging black women. I don't think he is by speaking his mind, because we all can say we've disparaged the black woman because we've seen something like, wow, she got a goddamn bonnet on in the stove with fucking flip flops with her toes hanging over the shoe. You know what I'm saying? So to me, it seems like it was something more personal than a deserving award.
Yeah.
Like, you know what? How they gave to a whole network.
Hey, go back to what you say then. Okay, let's keep it on the athletes level. That's fine. But to go after Kamala Harris or go after Jasmine Crockett, that was out of line.
Yeah,
that was out of line because that's not sports related
at all.
So if we want to talk about the athletes, cool. I'm cool with that. But as far as another person doing their profession, you need to leave that profession alone.
And Supervillain, that leads to my last question on here, and I would like for you to answer. Do you think this award will actually change Stephen A's approach, or will he keep doing the same things he's doing his own way?
Hey, like me one while you're over there too.
He probably gonna go harder now. He said, "Shit, I got one. I might give me a couple more. Fuck it." He said, "I'm gonna earn this next one. Y'all want to give it to me? I'm about to earn this next one. Y'all about to really see Stephen A in the ass." So I think he's about to go earn his next one.
I agree because he, like we said, he just went to Fox, So fuck it, there's no turning back now. So fuck it.
Yeah, and I'm
gonna do this for my salary
TMZ's job. Once you're in the media, it's almost fair game for everything. I agree that on a sports show, you should leave the politics out of it. But at the same time, hell, if the people allowing him to do it, he gonna do it.
Man, stay out my head. I was getting ready to say oh my goodness.
Yeah, but can I say this though? Can I say this though? The history of sports, when it comes to integration, has been a political aspect since the beginning of when we know it. And they will use sports. Like Felon 47 really is what turned this shit on when he was president before at 45. He's the one that caused the issues with Kaepernick, and where we have calling them sons of bitches for kneeling and things of that nature. So he pretty much weaponized the use of the politics in sports as we see it today. It already had been an issue before, but he just happened to weaponize it for our era at this moment. And
Wait,
that's the
okay,
problem that
okay.
we have. That too many people are opinionated on how a person will celebrate the national anthem. And more people are becoming more aware of how the national anthem is being used. Just like anything else. Like after the Civil Rights Act, Civil Rights Act, they started building the freaking statues to keep us in our place, naming schools after civil rights. The civil rights leaders. I mean, not civil rights, but
Confederate.
the Confederate leaders and soldiers and generals and stuff. So you can say what you want, but they will use sports to weaponize politics when they're ready. But when we do it to justify the actions of what's going on, it's a bad thing. And you can't deny that.
No,
But sports and politics is a mix because
no.
most champions of any sport go where they go after they win a championship to where the White
Politics.
House, which
That,
is a
no.
political place. When politicians be at these sporting events, they quick to show the politicians. So it's just like the state and church is supposed to be separated, but we know they're not. And it's the
Right.
same thing here. Sports and politics should be separated, but they're not. So
No,
it's
see, that's totally different. Because going to the White House is like
political.
award. It's a award for the team that won. Not every team does that. If that was the case, then we would have that. But I do see what you're saying, only because, like Farrell said, once he got into office, everything became politicized. Everything from Kaepernick kneeling to how much taxes we're going to be paying to get a baseball. So I can't say that politics and sports are intermingled, because it only gets intermingled when people forces it and do shit like that. But
It's messy. It's messy.
yeah,
That's
there
what
you go.
it is.
There you go. Hey, you know what? Y'all hit it. I mean, y'all must be on
Hey Xavier, man, appreciate you joining in. That's my tech right there. That's the Black Panther right there. He be wearing the scrub cap with all the Black history shit on it. Hey, that's my nigga right there, boy.
hey, up to the show. But like like Mano should always say, y'all need to stay above my head.
What an absolute crook.
You mean Pee Wee Herman? Pee Wee Herman lookalike?
He golfs and trades stocks. See, he doesn't want to do the job. He wants to build his ballroom and travel with Natalie on their apparently defenseless flying palace gifted by the Emir of Qatar. And above all, Donald wants to get money.
Yeah, we all know about that. That's why he's trying so hard right now to get that ballroom and everything situated. But hey, we've heard the news this week, and Senator Ossoff, he really hit the nail on the head. So my question is, let me on that fingers. What do you think is really behind the controversy surrounding Trump and Natalie Hart? Supervillain, I know you're not into politics. I know you probably don't know what we're talking about. What this is Natalie Hart is what they call her the Xerox or the copy lady. All she do is go around and handing the president sheets of paper. The first time he was around, fax stuff and shit. Now she does all his tweets, and in his ear, she wrote some letters saying that how much she admired him and don't want to disappoint him. And remember, when the president left Air Force One and got into that catering truck, she was with him. Not the Secretary of Defense, not the Secretary of Treasury, but Natalie. That's who we're talking about.
And not the press secretary that quit.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Levin, she was like, oh, hell no. You going to take that bitch, not me? Fuck that. I'm gone.
I'm white and blonde head, blue eyed too. Shit. Yeah.
Super Billy. Tell me, how do you
like I said, I don't really know much, but to me, she is his social media representative. So that's what he does a lot of his jargon in. So to me, I guess he like to keep her close, because when he want to have a tweet sent out or post something, she's the person that does it. So other than that, that's all I got on that.
No, but hold on. In 2020, she was with the president because
is.
she's a bone
That's right.
cancer. She's a bone
That's
cancer
right.
survivor. So
That's right.
and she
Ain't
was
nothing wrong with some Lewinsky.
hey, she was
I like a
praising the
Lewinsky
president.
every now and then.
Indeed.
Put it on my shirt.
Hey, I'll be honest with him, dog.
But she's been in
Lewinsky
his life for a long in his inner circle for a long time. So
I'm just gonna say it like this. I know to answer the question, Epstein files. That's what this shit is about. Because at the same time, I'm gonna go back what my man Smith said here with the Monica Lewinsky thing. It was a cover up for the Clintons buying land in the Midwest, and it came out that if they did this or they had this this other little conspiracy thing going on with him, and it's gonna take the light off of the money and the land that they was trying to profit from out in the Midwest. So it came out down the road. So at the same time, what better smoke screen than to have him possibly in an affair with his special aide, close aide, and cause issues with his wife, and to put a smoke screen up for the Epstein files. That's all of this shit is. And I don't care about all that. I don't give a damn what you do in your personal life. But what I do care is you're trying to change the name on an aircraft carrier for a black hero to put your bitch ass
stay
name
on
on the
subject.
carrier.
Stay on subject.
No, I'm using that as an analogy. I mean,
Okay.
comparison. If you're going to do that, those are the things we care about. I don't care about your personal life. I don't give a shit what you're doing behind closed doors. But what I know for the country, you need to have your ass on game, and he doesn't have his ass on game other than a golf game. So fuck it.
Yeah, and plus, there's this thing with her in the security clearance that she says that she doesn't want to volunteer to do until the president forced her to. And a lot of people within that inner circle were saying, well, why is it that she doesn't have this clearance? She's around the president and she's very influential. She is the one who encourages him to send out all these memes and tweets and shit like that. So, I mean, someone like that, you would want to make sure that she's not a security risk.
So the man is putting $100,000 on his social media. If you pay me $100K, I would give you insider trading. You can't get worse than that. So why the fuck are we worried about somebody like her?
Okay, but
you got his son-in-law, you got his son, you got everybody's nepotism. Everybody's security risk. Pete Hegseth is sending out fucking classified information on the damn app. What are we talking about? The whole United States is for sale right now.
Hey, man on the street wrote these questions. He told me put them up.
I would answer the same way if he was on
you think? Yeah, hey, but I understand what you're saying though. Why? And the only reason why is because economy's fucked up. Somebody has to answer for it. But do you think that she has too much access and influence for the president, being who she is, that we don't know who she is? What do you think?
Like Xavier said, they got their own cryptocurrency bank. They got approved for. He done sent his oil company to Greenland to start drilling oil illegally.
Don't forget about the national parks.
We worried about national security. They got people out in Arizona plowing the damn thing to put up a wall. What you need a wall in the middle of Arizona for? I mean, they're in Utah clearing out some land so they can put a damn data center. Like, this is the least of our damn worries is somebody running around with a giant ass baby with a pamper on.
No, she got some serious daddy issues because she's going around talking about, I'm sorry, I disappointed you, shit like that. I'm like, who the hell cares? But
exactly.
But that being said, how much should the public care about the personal relationship of the president's closest aide?
Ask the 30% people that still support him. The other 30% pretty much don't give a shit. They want change. They're ready to vote his ass out. The 30%, you ask them.
That's the 30% talking about we want to see more.
Exactly.
Super villain, you might have quiet. Or
I don't know much of the situation, so I really can't say too much. But what was the question?
the question is, do you think the security clearance questions make this situation more serious?
Does
And
she
to
have
me,
security clearance?
no, she does not. She's been there with the president for over 2 years, and she's just now starting the process of getting a clearance.
But you know,
Because now she's in closer proximity, so I guess they got to give her the clearance if she's gonna be with him. Because
no, but
before she was just a paper pusher, but now
no,
she's directly connected. So,
but the White House staff been trying to get her to do this. She been, in other words, she says she didn't want to do it, but go through the process of getting clearance. And now that the president, he told her that she needs to do it, so now all of a sudden she's doing it. That is what the issue is. Why is it that she has to volunteer to do it in the first place?
I'm going to answer that question. I'm going to answer that question because everybody's been appointed without being vetted. Let's get started there. To get a job, even a job that even me and Smith here has, they got to give us security clearance. They got to get us a clearance, background check. We have a badge that says and gives us a level of whatever the clearance is. And we don't get paid near that money that they get paid. That's supposed to be part of the process of you getting that position. So don't look at her for not whatever the case is. She wasn't put in a position or vetted to be in the position she's in from the people that's around Trump. So let's blame them. Let's blame the process that didn't happen, that's supposed to happen, and then we're not talking about that today.
Yeah, we're talking about the political line behind this. But Ossoff, he said something, not intentionally trying to bring controversy to it. It was more or less the talk about Trump and his lack of economic agenda. But was John Ossoff right to bring Harp into this criticism of Trump, or did he cross the line?
He might be part of the deflection. Like Pharaoh was saying, this might all be a deflection for something completely different that they don't want us to know about, because that's what they do. They put what they want you to see to deflect you away from what's really going on. So this could be all part of a deflection tactic by all parties. Because again, I don't give a fuck what people say. They all work together. They all work together. You watch any political show, politicians, they work hand in hand with each other. Regardless of what they come out and say on stage, behind closed doors, they out drinking and partying and shit together. So again, all this could be a deflection tactic.
But you still have your bipartisan agendas, and I do not think this is a bipartisan. This is a agenda that Ossoff, in other words, like twofold, because he wanted to bring awareness of the president running off the plane, but then at the same time he brought in Natalie, and that just created, something that just went viral. That's what I'm saying.
I'm going on the lines.
Doing exactly what they want to do.
Yeah,
I'm going on the lines of supervillain. I'm going with him on this one because,
in a way,
because
I'm going
on the lines with him because this is a hell of a time for this stupid shit to come out when we have other bigger issues. Why this little petty shit? I don't want pettiness. I need results. We need results. We need change. Don't give a damn if he getting his dick sucked in the catering cart. I really don't care.
A bit jealous.
No, Farrell didn't start something new.
I don't care. But what I want results from your position as the president. Stop undermining everybody and do the damn job. Stop gifting yourself all this money and tormenting other countries and getting them to pull away from us and do your fucking job.
And to me, that's what Ossoff was saying. He said, hold on. You have to listen to the whole thing. And he was talking about how his sons are making money, how the cabinets are making money, but yet in America, we have to, support each other. In other words, he's saying that the rich keep getting rich and the poor keeps getting poor. I
Ain't
don't
nothing
think
new though.
tr-
Politicians
the thing
support
is,
wherever their money
biggest
is. I don't
problem
give a
here.
fuck
No,
what
but the biggest
politician it is. They
there
support
we go.
where their money at. All politicians do that.
Hey,
I'm not
hey,
gonna say all, but the ones up in DC, wherever their money is the agendas that they're pushing. Give a fuck.
hey,
Name
Supervillain.
name a ghetto that has gotten better with a Democrat in office. Name one ghetto. Thank you.
Now just the Democrat with a Republican with any
No,
president.
fuck that. We know what the Republicans are doing. Everybody
Mm-hmm.
wants to follow behind the Democrat. Name a ghetto that has gotten better when a Democrat was in office, and we've had two that was in office for 8 years. So give me something.
Here you go. I'll give you this.
We $40 trillion in debt in US dollars in the money we print. That shit is bullshit. That's just to make people think.
And it's
We
a
print the fucking
3%.
money. How we in debt in our own currency? We in debt in our own
And it's
currency.
a 3%. Yeah, it's a 3% inflation on a dollar.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, man. That don't even make sense.
As you can see there, Supervillain. Is it mainly political controversy, national security concern, or a combination of both, or is it something totally different?
Like we said, it's a hey, look what I got in my right hand. I'm over here fucking off with my left hand.
You say, don't worry about what's going on over here.
Don't worry about what's going on over here. Pay attention to what we telling you. He getting his dick sucked. He getting a little Lewinsky in the food cart. Don't eat the tacos. Don't eat the whipped cream.
So with that being said, I'm gonna give you. It's a national security. It's put the question back up one more time.
Is it a mainly political controversy, national security concern, or combination of both? Or is there something else?
I would say it's everything and that above, because the national security aspect is this country's for sale. This country's for sale, and we see it every day. And just like Smith said, the country is $40 trillion in debt, and it's climbing every day. They put us $1 trillion in 5 months. $1 trillion in 5 months, people. That's absurd. They sold bonds to other countries, and they owe Japan. They owe Japan like $600-something billion.
World
They
War
sold
II.
the bonds. They sold the bonds so they could get their yen right. So now that makes the dollar even less valuable because they sold the bonds on debt that they were supposed to help us with. And if you're supposed to be the art of the deal, which he's the art of the steal, as what I've been reading, all he's doing is grifting himself and the people and whatever these politicians are getting out of it, because there are Democrats that support what's going on. Do we not know this?
Yeah.
So at the same time, these politicians, well, the lobbyists is the real problems here. It's what's causing us to go into the debt that we have right now.
And when President was first elected, Supervillain, he said something, and he said that the president is there. He's going to put on a show, and his show, something to the fact that he's going to fuck up everything. And I don't know if you remember it. I remember it because you was the only one that, we were like, oh, we had our opinion, but you specifically said that. And each time we talk about him, I always think about what you said there, Supervillain. And right now, his mental mind, which no one is talking about except for certain Democrats, definitely not the Republicans, and his physical body, he is not fit for duty. And for the Republicans to sit there and continue on with no oversight, and that is the key to everything. We all know oversight. Without oversight, this is what you get. And I'm hopeful and praying that in November, when we have our elections, everything will turn out hopefully better for the people who really need it. The people who are out there working, the federal government workers who are always in peril of their job because they don't know what this president's going to do. And that right there, to me, should be enough for any politician to do something about it. Hey, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Pharaoh.
Let me add this. With that being said, we're supposed to have a 4-party system. With Trump in office, it has exposed what the 4-party system is not here for us to actually benefit from. So
But see, that's what
it just
I
shows the
said Trump was
democracy in the
going to
United
do.
States is
Mhm.
jacked up.
I
Yeah.
told you that was
They
Trump's
called it.
purpose of being in office, is to show how shitty the system actually is that we live in, and he shows how easily it can be taken advantage of. And to me, if changes aren't made from the shit that he's exposed, that goes to show you that the people want it this way. The people in charge want the system this way because they know how to take advantage of it. He's just exposing how easy it is to take advantage and manipulate things into his will. And if they don't change it, then y'all gotta understand, these are the people that y'all elected, regardless Democrat, Republican, Independent. These are the people that's being elected to continue this system. So he's showing this is a fucked up system. But the people just looking at him as, oh, Donald Trump is fucked up. Nah, Donald Trump is smart as fuck. Y'all always like to argue that he's not, but that's why he's always able to make money and stay on his feet, because he's smart. How many people end up in jail thinking they were smart but did something stupid? Again, he understands the law. He puts people around him who knows the law, knows what loopholes that he can take advantage. Again, a smart person puts smart people around them to do the work for them versus him doing it himself. That's why I say he's smart, because he gets other people to do it and he benefits off what other people are doing. But again, he's showing how fucked up this system is. And if the people that are being elected don't want to change the system, then that tells you more about the people that's being elected than it tells about Donald Trump, to me.
Yeah. Xavier said he's a businessman. He's been doing this before he was in office. Now he can really show out because it's in the position of the world's leader. Yeah.
That's why they ain't like him in New York, because he knew how to take advantage of all their laws and their systems to get all his towers built and all his casinos. He knew how to do all of that. And that's why they didn't like him. And now he's doing it as the leader of this country, and people don't like him, but they don't fix the shit that he's doing. They don't fix it. So you saying I don't like this motherfucker because he's showing everybody how to fuck the system, but you ain't changed the system because you're benefiting off the same shit that he's exposing.
Well, I listen. I will add to that. You know, as far as we saying him being smart, I just believe the people that he puts around him knows how to use the law to benefit them, right? So with that being said, smart enough to have these people around, and they know that this man ain't worth whatever, but they're gonna get something out of it. Why not work with this individual? I get all of that. But what gets me is the Republicans knowing that their base was dumb enough to allow him to get in office. That's the gift of gab is what got him there. The gift of gab. He knew, like you said, that these dumbasses that's outside of these big cities are going to vote for him, and there's way more of them than there is the ones in the cities. Man, it was a fucking crapshoot.
Because just because a motherfucker got a degree don't mean they're smart. Don't mean they got common sense. Just because you got a degree. You might be smart in that field, but you might not have common sense to say, okay, this motherfucker, he playing me. Motherfucker playing me right now.
I'm glad you said that. Let's talk about the Haitian dude that all of his Haitian workers is gone down to Miami. He voted for Trump thinking the businessman was going to make his business better. Now you got to close up 2 or 3 of his shops because the TPS order has been pulled. So now all the people, I think they're saying 2 flights or 250 Haitians are leaving each week until everybody's gone. So that's what y'all
get.
They're
ready to leave on their own and be locked up for that shit.
and then when they get to Haiti, the Haitian government is only giving them $76.
What's going on?
Only getting $76 to get a place and go home.
Yeah. Hey. Well, when we say damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Yeah, man, you better know something. I'm gonna tell you now, this margarita off the chain. Shit.
Speak.
Hey, you drinking it like you drink every other drink. Slow.
I have to, man, because this shit is potent. You hear me?
Oh, Lord.
He ain't going nowhere, man. Guzzle that shit. Chug, 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 chug.
Let's keep this party going, all right?
The Navy may name a new aircraft carrier after President Donald Trump instead of World War II sailor Doris Miller. The carrier, now called CVN-81, was expected to honor Miller. a Navy Cross recipient and black sailor aboard USS West Virginia. Miller rushed to an anti-aircraft gun during the Pearl Harbor attack, opened fire on Japanese planes, and helped carry wounded sailors to safety. CNN and NBC News reported Thursday, August 20th, that Navy leaders are considering the name change, and the ship is under construction until 2034. The Navy has also stopped referring to the ship as USS Doris Miller internally, calling it only CVN 81.
We all know what the fuck's going on here. The question is, what do you think about the Navy considering naming the ship after Trump instead of Doris Miller? I'm gonna start with you, Super Villain.
Don't really give a shit. Don't really give a shit. Don't
Why
really
not?
care. Because after Trump out of office, they can change the name to whatever they want anytime after he out of office. So
True.
to me, I don't give a shit. It doesn't. I'm not gonna lose no sleep over a Navy ship being named. That they can name that bitch the Great Minnow for all I give a shit. It's just a person. It's a fucking ship. I don't really,
Yeah, but it's not about
the job that the ship's supposed to do. Give a fuck other than that. I ain't
other
calling about
than-
that. I ain't gonna never see the motherfucker. Ain't gonna never be on the motherfucker. So I don't give a fuck about the motherfucker.
How do you
That's just
feel
me.
about this? Oh no, but how do you feel about the disrespect of the only black aircraft, only aircraft carrier named after a black man who's not an officer? He was
No,
enlisted.
that's any naval vessel.
No, that's what I'm saying. He is enlisted. He's not an officer. Most of your ships are always named after officers or presidents. And for him to sit there and say, you know what, fuck that nigga, I'm gonna put my name on it. I mean, you don't feel any kind of way. True, you would say, hey, they can change it after he leaves. But what about the principle of him just changing it just because it's the only one that has? I mean, he could have changed his name on any ship, but why this one?
No,
But this ship ain't even built yet. So
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
We arguing about some shit that ain't coming out for another fucking 8 years.
I ain't arguing. We debating.
No, I'm just saying. I don't. At the end of the day, you already know how I feel about the black label as is.
Yeah.
So I don't.
No.
To me, I don't. It doesn't spark anything out of me to say. It doesn't. I got nothing for it. It's a fucking. It's a material object. Give a fuck. Again, that's just me. I don't. Y'all know how I feel about the label of being called black. So,
yeah.
I don't.
Farrell.
Yeah.
Please elaborate if you don't mind.
Yeah.
I really want to hear it.
well. The thing is, it's not him. It's only PHF. It's not the Navy. It's PHF going with the rhetoric and the plan of Project 2025 of removing black people from the history of this country. With that being said, with them just going to CVN 81, it's just right now until it happens, because it's like you said, 2034. It's a long time away to get a Christian before it gets into the water.
He could be dead.
Right. So this right now it's just a pause on whatever to keep him from keep talking about it. I'm cool with whatever's going on, and hey, it's an honor for that man because he was portrayed by Cuba Gooding Jr. in Pearl Harbor, the movie. So
and
you know what I'm saying?
You know what, Farrell? Thanks for saying that.
Yeah. So with that
Do
being
you
said,
think George Miller's legacy is being overlooked? I'm sorry,
give him time. Yeah, give him time because right now, like I said, we got bigger fish to fry, and he'll be out of office, and they'll go back to normal, hopefully, and put Doris Miller right back on it.
Yeah, because in Waco, Texas, boy, they have this park with the Doris Miller Memorial Park. It's not real big, but it's really nice. And I didn't know about him being from Waco. And in Waco, his descendants, I mean, they're like royalty, even though it's the hood royalty, but still royalty. And to me, it's about the principle. It's not about the name changing or anything, because we all know Pete Hegseth, he didn't stop women, especially black women, from getting promoted. He didn't try to retire black women and men who are officers. So that right there in itself tells you what kind of person and how his character is. So, and you right there, supervillain. No, we shouldn't care, but we should. It's not we shouldn't care about because Hegseth won't put Trump's name on it. We should care that the fact that he, out of all those ships, he chose one that's named after a black man. That's what I'm saying. With that being said, why do you think naming a military ship after a sitting president should be controversial? I mean, me.
Well, that's
because
only
he's still living. His legacy ain't even done. I mean,
but you gotta think George Bush was alive when they named the ship after him, but
Yeah,
he
but-
wasn't in office.
No.
He wasn't
And
in
he was a naval officer,
Well, but he still was alive though. So,
but he was
at,
in the
at
Navy.
the same time, it goes along the
Military.
lines of the authoritism that T-Rump wants to push on the narrative, whatever the case is. At the same time, but like supervillains say, it's a ship. If you're in the Navy and you don't like T-Rump and you get stationed on there, guess what, bitch? You're gonna be on there. So
Yep.
I mean,
It
what are you
ain't
gonna
no
say? What are you gonna do if they do name it? This. I don't know, man. I really don't know how to feel about it. But as a naval person, I'm pretty sure a lot of Navy people are disgruntled with it, which they should be. And us as citizens, we're at the mercy of whatever's happening right now. These politicians shouldn't even let that been an issue. We have more pressing issues than a fucking name change. Oh, and then on top of that, you go give Trump his inscribed on the Kennedy building. So you voted on that.
No, they haven't put it.
They allowed him to put his name on the goddamn airport. I mean,
it ain't just his name. What it say? Dedicated and restored by President.
Yeah.
But they want to put him on there.
Yeah.
A paragraph.
Yeah. So
last
until
question.
this dude is dead and gone or some shit like that, ain't nobody gonna speak of him after he's gone. That's why he got his name in the damn building now, in the headlines now, because they know nobody give a shit about this dude until he's gone.
Last question. If you were making the final decision, would you keep the name Doris Miller or name the ship after Trump?
That's
we all know that. Real quick.
Hey, man on the street, I'm gonna answer this question is the easiest way I know how. I hope you hear this shit. Why the fuck would you ask that question to us? All right, that's how I'm gonna answer it.
Super villain.
Leave as is, shit.
CBN 81, goddamn it.
SWV on that bitch, 1998. Fucking I'm rocking with it.
NWA.
Protect me, guy. I don't give a fuck what the name of that motherfucker, as long as it's out there protecting us. Shit, give a fuck. I can name that bitch Judo Streak of the Ocean. That bitch can fire missiles and keep us safe. Let it go. Let it
rip. That being said, we have one more headliner that's coming up in the news today, and I just want to get everybody's opinion on this.
Carmelo Anthony's appeal hearings is the next chapter in a nationally publicized trial happening locally beyond these courthouse steps.
There's too much at stake. One of the biggest trials of possibly the decade. It could be the biggest trial of your career.
Anthony was convicted of murder in the stabbing death of Austin Metcalf, sentenced by a jury to 35 years in prison. This week, there is one motion for a new trial, but first, a motion to replace the judge, Judge John Roach.
We believe that based off of the interview that was done, that he could not be fair and impartial.
Anthony now has a new defense team that argues the judge's comments made in a WFAA interview after the trial raises red flags.
As long as I follow the law, I sleep well at night.
A visiting judge named Sid Harrell will make the decision to recuse on Wednesday, and that determines who sits on the bench Thursday for the motion for a new trial. where the defense has raised a number of issues from the trial. To begin, the breakdown of an unwritten gentleman's agreement between both sides.
I don't know if I would necessarily do a gentleman's agreement. There's a lot that could go wrong with it, and I think it did.
Bonita Parker is a longtime defense attorney. Not a party to the case, she says these agreements do happen.
That was the state's position. What happened under the tent at that track meet?
In this case, cell phone records, disciplinary records, character testimony of Austin Metcalf and Carmelo Anthony were mostly excluded.
We're arguing that the dispute regarding the agreement did impact the outcome of the trial.
Oh my goodness. We all been through that. We've all seen this. So it's sad. What do you think is the strongest reason for reopening Carmelo Anthony's case? Supervillain.
I don't know. I ain't got nothing for that one. I don't know much about it besides what we talked about on here.
Oh, there's a case where I'm sure you probably heard is a black kid who was accused of killing.
I know the case. I know the ins and outs. Well, not the ins and outs, but I know the details of what happened. Shit, but I don't know anything beyond that.
Well, there was an all-white jury who convicted him, but then the judge, after the conviction, goes out and has an interview and says the jury got it right. So that right there, he got criticized for that, and they're going to try either give him a new trial because the judge has already been recused from this case because of his opinion about that. So the thing is, what do you think is the real reasoning for a strong reason for reopening Carmelo Anthony's case? Considering
I don't think that's a reason to reopen it necessarily, but I do think that's a reason to recuse him from the appeals process, whatever the process they're about to go through next.
Oh, he's recused.
I think he should be removed. Well, yeah, shit. There you go. But as far as reopening the case, from what I understand, if I was on the jury, and from what the evidence that the little bit I know, I probably would have found his ass guilty as well.
Because they didn't put all the evidence forth, and they only some of the evidence that they didn't put forth is evidence to prove contrary to what they were trying to say. What happened to the case? And to me, that is what they call it, suppression, evidence suppression.
That goes back to him having shitty attorneys, which is why he got a whole new team of attorneys. Because if his attorneys ain't doing the due diligence to get all the evidence presented,
his attorney was
that he's a money chasing. He chases cases. He don't chase results. He chases cases. He chases the media. That's what he chases. So what's his track record with winning cases?
It's good. He's winning cases all the time.
Again, if I got into some shit that'd be nationwide, I'm damn sure not calling no fucking Benjamin Crump. I'm not calling no Al Sharpton. I'm not calling no Jesse Jackson. I'm not calling none of them motherfuckers that always find their way in the spotlight when the case going down. I'm not calling any of them motherfuckers. I want somebody who ain't got time for the spotlight. I want somebody who fucking your whole premise is the case. You ain't doing no interviews. You case
the lawyer that Jamie Foxx played in what was that about the guy who about to lose his business and Jamie Foxx represented him. It was a funeral parlor business. But anyway, yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Pharaoh, what are you thinking?
Exactly. That's what Big Trump is.
Yeah, for reopening Carmelo Anthony's case.
Well, I'm a first quote. My reggae partner, my reggae man here, Bob Marley. You will never find justice in a country where the criminals make the laws. We're gonna start there.
Yep.
Now, with that being said, the withheld evidence that has now surfaced, miraculously, that should have been, brought to the light of the behavior of the young man that was killed and the young man's brother, their behavior of being arrested, affiliated with the KKK and things of that nature. With all that being brought forth, it was a speedy trial to try to get him in jail so they would not have this going on because they didn't want to prolong it. They needed somebody, and they always have the token black man as the enemy in any situation. Nobody's in self-defense. So with that being said, now that you have to have a retrial, this man has been sitting behind bars where this evidence could, by any means, give him a lesser sentence because of him being in a defensive posture. So it was a speedy trial to get rid of him. If you notice, it's not a speedy trial with my man in Mississippi.
No.
Right? They're prolonging it because they're trying too much to keep that evidence suppressed. In this one, it just happens that the young black male killed a young white male, and they made it a problem where it's the race bait. You know what I'm saying? They made it that issue. So my thing is, and like we're always going to say is, if you did the crime, you got to do the time. But it's supposed to be a fair and impartial, what you call it? Jurors.
They trying to make it like it's premeditated.
Like he did it on purpose, but all the evidence shows that all he was doing was walking past them, and they
said
antagonized him.
But that don't mean you kill somebody.
It's just like we walking on the street and then somebody says something, does something, and of course, young males are going to defend themselves because they feel threatened. It's not like us where we can turn now because we've been through those situations and say, hey man, fuck you, man. Keep it moving, because a lot of times these people are saying do things just to get a reaction out of you, to rile you up. So,
and with that being said, Farrell, do you believe that the new legal team raised enough concerns to justify a new trial?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Like I said, there's new evidence. Well, I take that back. It's not new evidence. It's recovered evidence. Say it like that.
No, not recovered, but entered new evidence. There we go. Because it's always been there. They just haven't presented it.
No, that's it. It's recovered. It's recovered from them hiding it.
So what's the new evidence?
I just told you the behavior of
and the record
on the white males. They've been arrested. They've been arrested for graffiti of KKK. They also have assaulted a young female that of color and things of this nature. They have a history of this type of behavior. And it's
but that still don't give somebody the right to kill somebody.
No, it's just like listen, when George Floyd died, they tried to cover that up by saying that he had a bad history, but the white police officer is the one that kneeled on him. So
yeah, but regardless of what they say, the evidence proved that the guy was guilty. He went to jail. So again, to me, that don't.
No, I said lesser
to you.
I said a lesser sentence. Instead of 35 years, you get 10. That's all I'm saying. It's going to change.
If you kill somebody because you angry at something that they said to you, get what you deserve. That's regardless of who you are. I don't give a fuck what color you are. That's the thing. But that's what me. I don't. When I look at these situations now, I take the color away from it because that's what they want you to focus on. I just take away the acts. It's themselves.
They don't give a fuck what you was doing on that part. They don't see what you're seeing.
Nope.
I wish they saw what you saw, then we wouldn't be talking about this shit. If
he might still be in jail because he killed somebody, man.
Why do you think?
I get that, but listen, that young white man killed his sister on the cruise. They let his ass go home. Anybody else would have been in jail.
Hey, why do you think Austin Metcalf's background was not widely reported early in the case?
Because of what he said.
No. I'm asking supervillain.
But again, that's his background. Mean that he should be.
You don't see it like that, but they don't see it like that, man.
Mean that he should be killed. Does his background mean he should be murdered?
Come on, Brian, man.
Somebody because he said something to somebody. Again, when you take the race aspect out of it, then to me, and again, that's why they put the race in there to have people in their feelings about the situation.
Yeah, but do you think
And
they put
that's
the Austin background
intentionally.
different because of the race?
But as a
Mm-hmm.
like I said,
Exactly.
to me,
Mm-hmm.
You are
Again,
preaching to the choir.
Super
You
villain. Do
go
you think
tell them that. Matter of fact, go tell that judge that just said that they did a fair equal trial and
Nope.
ask him did he see race or anything like that. And I guarantee you he's gonna say no. But you already know by having an all-white jury that you already fucking know that's what you're gonna do.
But again, his law. Again, I've been on the murder trial. I've seen how the jury selection go. His
Mhm.
lawyers allowed that because the lawyers can say no. I don't. They got all the opportunity. So again, it goes back to his lawyers that he had didn't do a good job in his defense. At the end of the day, we want to point the finger at everybody else. His lawyers did a fucking poor job of defending him. Period.
I
Point
agree with
blank.
you. I didn't disagree
So
with you
all
on that.
So to me, that's why he
No,
got a
it was
whole new
about
law,
you saying
whole
about
new
the
defense
color
team.
thing. It was, take the color out of it. His defense is what screwed him.
Yep. And right there,
at the end, that's what it was. He had somebody there, ambulance chasing for the clout versus actually trying to do the job of getting this man off. And again, I don't say I would, like I said, I wouldn't trust Benjamin Crump to defend me in any situations at all. I represent myself while I let that nigga represent me. I'll wait in jail 10 years to learn the law.
You need to mute you. Shut the hell up. All the way.
How you gonna tell me shut up when I'm fucking talking, man?
I'm the host of the show. You say the same shit. We don't care about you and your personal feelings about Crump. But Pharaoh, I do what he trying to say, but supervillain just he's only looking at it from his own perspective, and I don't know.
Well, that's what Tim at the end of the day, you got to let him talk, Tim.
No. I'm letting hold.
You gotta let him talk because he
was
trying to explain himself.
Pharaoh. Let me say something. When Man on the Street's here, hold on. When Man on the Street is here, he's the host of the show. Am I not right? When he asks, hold on.
Do this behind.
Hold on. When he says, hold on.
Do this behind. I don't want to do this right
now.
now.
No. I'm saying is respect my gangster.
I don't want to talk about that right now.
Respect my gangster. No, but all seriousness though, Austin, people in his background, they already knew him and his brother, what kind of character they had. They already knew this. So, like you said, speedy trial, get it in and out, and that's it. There was no way that this kid was going to get a fair trial. And yeah, the defense has a chance to select a jury, but also the prosecutor does as well. So it's more like a give and take. I just don't understand how. Well, I can understand with Texas. How you going to sit there and use a kid, a child, especially when you know that child has problems, and then use that to manipulate the sentence of an innocent black kid who was defending themselves. And then they want to talk about, these kids are doing this and these kids are doing that, but it's not fair.
No, listen. Once again, that the job of the defense is to take care of the young man. Of course, that's that. We're all opinionated on the show. This is what we see outside looking in, things of that nature. I believe the defense, did not represent him right. So that's what I say, but because it was too fast, the trial was fast, it was in, it was out, he did it, he gets 35 years. Every time you see anything else going on around this United States, like with this Clancy woman that killed her 3 kids and she ended up jumping out the window and paralyzing herself. Um, people are supporting her, and I just find it where things only fit the narrative when people want it to, and it's sickening. When Dylan Roof went in and killed those eight petitioners, and now they want to now try to get him to have an appeal process or whatever. It's sickening. He killed 9 people. You see what I'm saying? And they was at church. So
What?
the United States right now, is always been jacked up. It's just that social media and everything can be instant. We can be brought to light, and everybody's social media has fucked this planet up. But with that being said, it also makes you honest about what's happening. So
You say that. I was not to change subject. I was gonna do my segment on some crime and stuff in Baltimore. How we have a police officer who tried to run over um, a guy just because he didn't listen to his command. We have
yeah, I told you about that.
yeah, we have police officers who uh, raped teenager, police officers who out there uh, doing shit they're not supposed to, taking credit for traffic stops, and they're not doing traffic stops because they get called for a call that they don't want. Oh, I'm at a traffic stop. To me, the integrity of the law, the integrity of the victims, it's being distorted, just like with the Epstein file. You treating the victims as if they're wrong instead of treating the perpetrators. In the same case with Carmelo Anthony, you treating this little kid as a victim when all he is protecting himself and his sanity. I mean, we've all been teased about something more or less or another. And when it comes to racial teasing, that's something that's totally different. I don't know. I mean, tell me, am I wrong?
Like I said, I can only tell you from my experiences, and I will tell you this. Um, Coming up from where I'm at, I had just as many issues with black people as I did with white people, and
Mm.
and I'm gonna tell you now that more black people have done me wrong than white people. I would say that, and I'm not saying it's good or bad, but what I will say is I have been in a lot of tense situations to where I have seen what the other people can do or will do because they don't like the color of your skin. And with that being said, I hope that this young man gets a better representation for his defense. It's not going to bring the young white male back,
Mm-mm.
but it will justify the actions of a person and why that situation happened. And it won't make it less, egregious to the family, but it'll at least say, you know what, if I was in that situation, I would have did the same thing,
Yeah.
right? Just like what's going on with the young man that was killed. Now they found out he was killed at a party. They threw him on a boat, took him out to the island, threw his ass out, and then went back and tried to delete the text and stuff because of a young female. And
You're
so, with
jealous.
that being said, now that you see this going on, why is it taking so long for them to convict these people? It didn't take them long to commit, to convict a young black male. Why is it so long to convict this one white male
Because of
with
who
his
they know.
accomplices?
Yeah,
You see what I'm
because
saying?
of who you know. You know that. They
No,
probably
no, no, no. This is what we're saying. This is what's going on, and we can do this all day. And I'm not saying it's good or bad, but what I am saying is it's unfair. It's injustice. It's very injustice. So it's once again like Bob Marley said, you won't find justice in a system where the criminals make the laws. It's happening at the federal government level. It's happening at the state government level, and it happens at your local government level. And until somebody gets in to make sure that people are held accountable, this is what we're going to experience until the day we die.
so like with Ossoff. Even though he was trying to keep the focus on Trump by adding Natalie's name into the equation, and people already, excuse me, the administration is already defensive about any and everything because they know it's fucked up. All that does is just add more tension onto the Republicans and bring all that pressure onto them. Whereas we, as Democrats, regardless of who you are, you just want a fair system. You want a system where the government looks out for you instead of talks about you. USS Lincoln. I mean, come on now. They haven't been out there long enough. Have you ever been out there on the ship? So
Listen, no, it's not even that. Epstein files. Stop diverting the Epstein files. Okay? I
hopefully
don't care
November.
about their personal relationship. I want the Epstein files brought up. People in other countries have been prosecuted because of them files, not the United States. So let's get back to what it all started. He said he was going to release them. He never has. The man is a habitual liar, and nobody sees it. The 30% still support him regardless. There's a saying. That
Enablers.
Morgan Freeman said, and this goes right up the alley with all the lying that's going on. Stupid is knowing the truth, seeing the truth, but still believing the lies. That is what's going on right now.
And you know what we call that? Dumb, stupid, idiotic,
Yeah.
foolery. Tim Scott.
Yeah. So, and all the MAGA supporters are wearing these stupid ass red hats. There's a guy that came off the damn elevator at the hospital yesterday. They had a Charlie Kirk shirt on, knowing damn well you in a veteran hospital. He and his wife popped off. He looking around like, please, somebody talk to me. I looked him in his face and said, I ain't hungry anymore, and I walked away.
And people like that, they just want attention. They want to spark something in somebody. I mean, if that's a person who invokes violence or hatred. You know, when you sit out there and you put up a billboard, hey, I'm saying something controversial, so let's talk about it with me. No. And one thing that Supervillain said, boy, if we in for a show, and he was never lying about that.
And I knew it was. I agree with him. Celebrity in chief. He's full full steam ahead, you know. You know, the world state right now is just bad. So
I just want to ask one thing. Now that the information about Austin coming out, do you think that Carmelo Anthony could try and get a fair trial now? I mean, to me, if they would have to move the venue.
No, I said it's going to change the narrative because they're going to have different people, and it's going to be a different outcome. But like I said, if anything, it's just going to be a lesser sentence.
Oh man,
because like I said, killing somebody is killing somebody. With that being said, too, a woman in Florida that actually shot in the air because her attacker, which was her husband or something at the time, was trying to raid her and beat her. She got in trouble for firing a weapon when the guy was attacking her.
I remember something like that.
Yeah, so with that being said, the injustice of the laws suit the people that are actually making the laws. And you know, so it comes out that she had to have a retrial, and they, you know, they did not, because she didn't shoot the man, but
no.
The whole point is that she had a weapon, and you know, and whatever the case is, but she was being attacked. So,
and he got off on it
now, but they had to have a retrial on her own life.
Didn't he get off on that? Because
he almost did.
Yeah, I remember.
He almost did.
Hey.
So my point to you is like, it doesn't matter. Like I said, the guy that killed the young man that killed his stepsister on the cruise. Got to go home with the family. You know,
all because she didn't like.
Yeah, so it is what it is. You raped and killed your stepsister, and then they letting them go home. Anybody else would have been straight in the orange suit, straight to jail.
Yeah. Hey, Farrell, I just want to say, hey, we had a good show. Even though it's just the two of us, we can make it if we try.
Oh boy.
But all, my mom, she really enjoys, the conversations that I have with you guys. And I wanted to talk offline on it, but and
Yeah.
I tell her that you and Man on the Street, y'all always, encourage me to enjoy and have fun only because you never know what's going to happen if you don't. And I always try to tell, you know me, I tell people, just forget regrets, forget about, the things that are bothering you because life is too short. You never know. Tomorrow you walk outside and stray bullet will hit you.
Mhm.
And the state of the world right now is just so much hate. It's so easy to make a person smile just to say hello, and it can become contagious. And I think that's just what right now we need in this world. We have a president who really doesn't care about ethics or anything except as long as it doesn't affect him. And
Right.
we as Americans, we just want to survive. But he forgets that we the one that have the power, but we just have to use it in order for it to be effective. The November's coming up. So I encourage any and everyone to get on out and do your civic duty of trying to transform this country into a country that not just we can respect, but others can respect us. And it's going to take a while because of the damage that's been done.
Oh, it's
Hey,
gonna be a
I'm
lot of
sorry.
years. It's
Yeah,
gonna be a lot
a
of years.
lot of years. Hey, that's the end of our program. We apologize about that, but substitute teacher here today. It's just me and Farrell. Before we go, Farrell, I would just want to let you give a little words of encouragement to our listeners out there, and do your and give out your website. Excuse me, your social media. There we go. I
Ah
said
man. Hey, everybody that's on the show, they know my social media because my man Xavier was on here. And I was hoping we had some more folks come through, but I know on Friday nights people are busy and they got, they're trying to get their families and stuff together and have a little family time because everybody been working for 40 hours and they don't want to see people they work with. So I understand you guys. I'm with you. With that being said, Pharaoh underscore 71, King Ryan Facebook. Here's a little quote that I got for you guys. Do not let getting lonely make you reconnect with toxic people. Because you shouldn't drink poison just because you're thirsty. Y'all remember that.
What? I ain't that thirsty.
That's my point. So don't get back with those people that cause you grief. Keep it
Oh,
going.
what they say, glutton for punishment.
That's it.
Oh my goodness. Hey,
That's it.
uh, Tim Dog, all I have to say to the people is, and I spoke to it earlier, we live in times now where we need to look at each other and say, hey, I'm sorry. Not at your neighbor, not just at your family, but even at yourself. Because sometimes forgiving someone, you have to forgive yourself. And I'm always preaching about forgiveness, regret. Life is short. We all know someone that we were like, man, I didn't expect that to happen. And then when it does, you have regrets and things. So love yourself, love your family, and take care of those that really need it. Yeah, a smile. That's all it takes. A smile. You walk down the street, you see somebody walking a dog, and the dog just doing a little business. There's nothing wrong to say, hey, how you doing? And keep it
Man,
moving.
kick the fucking dog. That's what I do. Man.
Kick the dog, damn.
Taking the shit while I'm walking by. Get the fuck out of here.
It'd be messed up. Somebody got the bag with the dog
Yeah.
poop in it,
Yeah.
and then you smack them with it.
Yeah. Bitch.
No, let me stop. That's not nice. No, but all seriousness,
Yeah.
hey, they say love makes the world go round. Love makes the world go round, and you can. What they say? Put this back up here.
They are. Yeah. That's his favorite thing right there, man. Arr.
I'm hitting the wrong thing. There we go. But all in all, I'm coming to the end of my journey, and that's why I'm speaking of regrets. Only because when you have something and it's gone, you miss it. So when it's gone, you don't want any regrets with that. I keep repeating myself, but I do apologize. It's just love. That's what we all need. That'll get the Straits of Hummus open. That'll get Carmelo Anthony a fair trial. That'll help people who living next door to someone and they need some help. Hey, I'm your neighbor. What's the 10 Commandments? Love thy neighbor. You can find me on Instagram, Father's Love 99. It's all about me, my son, and my grandson. But before that, check us out on Wednesday night. The Better Than Sex Sports Podcast. It's all about sports, and Farrell, he gets on up here with his sports trivia, which I never really win. I only got one right full season. So fuck you. Anyway, bitch.
Get your knowledge up, son.
That's all right. Come this football season, we do our predictions, and see man on the street gonna still be at the bottom. Let's hope so.
Yeah, absolutely. Because he sucks ass.
But you can check us out Friday. Other than tonight, the 2 Cigars and a Blunt, where we talk about social issues, things that's going on today. Normally after the show we have our ashed out, but tonight, hey, substitute teacher, we're gonna have a little condensed version. That means we ain't having it. So, but you can check us out always after the show on Friday nights. And if not, you can always check out our repeats. Check out our what they call archives. There we go, the downloads. Hey, I apologize for everyone right now. I'm kind of
well, get out your feelings, goddamn it, sister.
Yeah, there you go. Thank you, Farrell. Thank you, Farrell. No, I'm being serious. Thank you. Hey. All right, like I said, check us out Friday, check us out Wednesday, 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time on Friday, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And normally we have a good time, and tonight we had a good time, but tonight we got to roll on out. So, Farrell, I just want to say, sign it off for us one last time. Give us something.
All right. Remember this, ladies and gentlemen. I should say just gentlemen. Pleasuring yourself to your imagination is a form of self-therapy. And I'll see y'all next week.
Oh, speaking of self-therapy, hey, just make sure your hands are moisturized when you do it.
Or you can think of it as meditation. So you're good to go.
Y'all enjoy your weekend. And we are out. Nasty.
Relax and take notes while I take totes. Relax and take notes while I take totes of the marijuana smoke. Relax and take notes while I take